Madison and the region are the lakes. There's just no question about it.
The amount of time and effort that went into this program was unbelievable.
When we get those huge rain events, that's going to set the stage for what happens that year.
Nutrients that are used to grow our crops, same nutrients that can cause undesirable plants to grow in water bodies.
An old technology, but yet it's a very new one.
We process about 90,000 gallons a day.
We are holding ourselves accountable.
Commitment to a long-term solution to the problem.
People are coming together and people are focusing on this issue, and we will make a difference.
For the past 6 years, Clean Lakes Alliance has been working to increase lake use and lake awareness while trying to decrease phosphorus in our watershed. Working with stakeholders across the community, they laid out a roadmap to get there. The Yahara Clean Strategic Action Plan.
The Clean Lakes Alliance took a report that had 70 recommendations in it for cleaning up the lakes, picked out the top 14 priority items, and they actually tracked the progress we've made on those 14 action items.
By now, you're probably familiar with those 14 actions, 5 of them urban, the other 9 rural. Even as the community has worked to address each of them, there have been headwinds pushing back, making that goal of a 50% reduction in phosphorus a moving target.
Before the Clean Lakes Alliance came along, nobody was taking a look at that. Everybody said, well, yeah, we're going to do this and that, but nobody really said, well, how far have we come and how far do we still need to go?
Now, a quick update on some of those actions, the new challenges, and the innovations rising to meet them.
One is what we're doing in regards to erosion control.
The City of Madison has invested in staff dedicated to monitor and enforce enhanced erosion control measures to balance progress with maintaining lake health.
What we do has to accentuate the lakes and protect the habitat.
At the same time, Clean Lakes Alliance is working to track the progress these enhancements are making. Right now, it's estimated to be keeping hundreds of pounds of phosphorus out of the lakes. In DeForest last year, Clean Lakes Alliance piloted its Rake for the Lakes project, targeting residents with a 3-tiered social marketing campaign to encourage them to keep leaves out of the street. The reason? Piled leaves along curbs create a tea bag effect when it rains. The water leaches massive amounts of phosphorus out of the leaves, turning the water into a poisonous tea, which runs into the drain and into our waterways. Clean Lakes Alliance targeted specific neighborhoods with letters, surveys, emails, and door-to-door visits, and measured the results against control neighborhoods.
The biggest take-home message to me was residents voluntarily raking the leaves out of the storm gutters can have a very big and measurable impact on phosphorus reduction.
After the program's success, DeForest plans to expand it village-wide this fall. Wingra Creek, which connects Lake Wingra and Lake Monona, has been the focus of a multi-year restoration project. Madison has taken a leadership role among urban communities, securing 2,000 feet of creek bank, balancing engineering realities with the integrity of the existing neighborhood, enhancing access to the water. In rural areas, members of the farmer-led group Yahara Pride have been working hard to find new ways to manage their fields. Keeping soil and nutrients in their place is better for the fields as well as the lakes.
It actually has a smell to it. It smells like potting soil.
Scott Meyer is one of the many farmers pushing that innovation.
And this pile here was probably twice the size.
Experimenting with composting manure, turning it to create a heating process that kills pathogens and reduces the size and eliminates the smell.
It's about the best fertilizer you can get. There's a lot of things we're learning, but this is kind of an exciting way of stepping forward.
This year also marked a new beginning for the Wanakee Community Digester.
This digester has a history in the local community.
Clean Fuel Partners is the new owner and is implementing changes.
We got the facility back up and running. We're installing a new centrifuge, the means by which we separate out the phosphorus. We know we're helping the lakes now because we're helping get phosphorus out of the watershed. We'd like to partner with more farms to take more phosphorus out.
At the same time, county leaders are looking ahead.
We're starting to take the next step with digesters. At our other digester, we are in the process of installing a nutrient concentration system. It'll take out the rest of the phosphorus, and then the other side you'll have clean, potable water, 100% phosphorus removal, and that's a game changer.
Farmers are also using several different strategies to manage their fields.
Nutrient management planning, different tillage options, cover crops, manure storage, a lot of different conservation practices to keep manure on the land where we want it.
Another way, harvestable buffers.
Basically a vegetated strip between the stream and the field.
In addition to progress on the 14 actions, the community is innovating new ways to clean the lakes. One is dealing with wildlife.
Carp disturb the bottom and they resuspend sediment, okay? So they cause cloudiness.
The DNR works with contract commercial fishermen and partners to reduce the carp population.
When carp aggregate, we can surround them with nets and then they're just physically removed from the watershed.
Studies suggest that carp can be responsible for up to 25% of the resuspension of phosphorus in the water. Against this background of massive community efforts to clean the lakes are the forces working against us.
We're going to have to step up the game a little to address some of the things that Mother Nature is throwing our way.
Large rain events account for 3/4 of our total phosphorus load into Lake Mendota.
Another moving target, invasive species. Carp isn't the only one upsetting the physical and chemical balance in the lakes. There is another that is almost invisible, but causing major problems.
Spiny water flea is an invasive species here in Lake Mendota.
This invader is preying on a native tiny crustacean, Daphnia.
Daphnia have been the best friend we never knew we had.
Why? Daphnia eats algae. When the population is high, Daphnia can eat algae almost as fast as it grows, keeping the lakes clear. In fact, they're responsible for what's known as the clear water phase each spring and early summer, before water temperatures get too high and they retreat deeper. But now the spiny water flea has invaded on a massive scale, and the results to Lake Mendota's Daphnia population are devastating. Since it was discovered in Lake Mendota 7 years ago, the lake has lost 60% of its Daphnia population, more than 3 feet of water clarity, and a full month of clear water phase. It's a problem that translates to real dollars.
A group here at UW estimated how much water clarity is actually worth to Dane County and found that 1 meter of water clarity, which is what we lost with spiny water flea, is worth upwards of $140 million. So the damage is huge.
That economic impact has researchers looking at how to fix the problem. All of this requires time, effort, money, and public will.
You don't address a problem like this overnight.
One of the many millions of pieces to the puzzle.
One tool in an array of tools in a toolbox.
In 2015, community efforts came together to reduce about 8,200 pounds of phosphorus going into the lakes. That translates to about 4 million pounds of algae.
We need to stick to it. We need our partners to stick with us.
The road ahead is going to be challenging.
It's going to take a continued, concerted effort.
And it's our responsibility to fix it now.